The 194 Morning Playhouse as we enter speed therapy. It's kind of like group therapy, but instead of one person, we got 6 people we cover in that of same amount of time. So fast feedback. Go, 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 go. What do you got in speed therapy?
Hi. So
Hi.
This is awkward. So basically, I'm actually 8 months pregnant, and my mother, thank you, my mother-in-law will be out of town, like for the birth, which I wasn't even going to have anyone in the room but my husband anyway, but she brought up to us over dinner the other night that she wants to have someone, like a professional, come in and record it, like not for us, though, so that she can go watch it after, because she like really wanted to be present. And I was like, well, we weren't going to have anyone in there anyway. Like, I was trying to be nice about it, but she, like, keeps trying to, like, give me this person's info and set it up. And it's, like, the most awkward thing of my life. Like, she's not even my mom. Like, I wouldn't even do it for myself. So is that so weird? Like, why would she want to watch it's so bizarre to me.
So at first I thought you were just saying she wanted to be included and be in the room. And when I was pregnant, I thought, nope, it's just going to be Steven. There's going to be no one in there. And then guess what? Things change. And I mean, while I was actually pushing, delivering, it was just Steven and then hospital staff. But like leading up to it, my mother was there. My mother-in-law was in there. Things will change. But recording it, I don't think that's going to change. And I think your heart, you don't want that. You could say, I appreciate you looking into and getting the info for me, but this is not something I want to do. And if she continues, you need to have your husband tell her, listen, I am having a baby and I'm the one that's going through this. She cannot push to have this being recorded.
I'm the one that's supposed to be pushing.
Yes.
I think it is a very strange ask, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would, if you weren't planning on already doing so, that you would, except for maybe like the dad, that you would record that so that they could see it because they couldn't be there. Maybe you'd want that, like if he's deployed and I really want him to be able to see it, so we're going to record it so he can be part of it. Like, okay, that would make sense to me. Her ask is so odd, especially if you wouldn't have had her in there anyway.
Yeah, the fact, and I would say, I don't want you in there, so I don't want you watching it. Why would you think that's okay? Absolutely not. I would just say, no, this is not something I'm doing. You could say, if you're interested in getting like pictures, like the Fresh 48, and that's a day or so later, where then a photographer will come in and take pictures of like you, your husband, the baby. I'm so happy we got that done. But to record the actual birth, no.
We'll take lots of photos for you, okay? Thanks. Congratulations on the grandchild. Speed therapy, you're next. Go, 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 go.
Hi. So, my boyfriend and I have been together for like 2 years now, and we're both not ready for marriage, but I thought that we should at least, move in together. And I pretty much spent all my time at his place anyway. But he eventually said no, but he took so long to make his decision that I didn't really renew my lease on my place. So now I'm looking to rent at his apartment complex, but he says that's creepy. And so how is that creepy? Isn't this a good compromise?
I'll make sure I'm following. So you guys aren't living together. You would just, your new apartment, you'd be renting in the same like building as him.
Yeah, like it's a complex, so it wouldn't like be in the same like building, but I'd be in the same like area.
So it's like one of those ones that's like a couple buildings. I mean, he took too long to commit, so you didn't have anywhere to live. I mean,
I think you break up with this guy, honestly, and it's not because he doesn't want to live together. Okay, that's one thing. But the fact then you waited and you were thinking you guys were going to move in together, and now you're going to be living in a vicinity near him, and he's like, that's creepy. How is that creepy? You know what he should have said right away? No, please don't rent another place. Just move in with me. The fact that, one, he didn't offer that, and then two, you literally have nowhere to live, so you're looking at one of the units in his complex and might not even be in the same building as him.
An adjacent building, maybe.
He thinks, no, that is wild.
Makes me wonder what he's got going on over there. He's worried about you seeing, to be honest with you. It's tough because I can see it from both places a little bit. Like, for me, you're just like, I mean, at least then I'll be close and we spend a lot of time together, whatever. It makes perfect sense to me. From his end, he's like, well, I'm not quite ready to move in together. And it's like, well, I'm just going to move next door. I truly can see a part of it from both sides, but I don't think this has it doesn't sound like a successful relationship to me.
The fact that he called it creepy is a red flag. I think you dump this guy.
It's not going to work one way or the other, right? It seems
you've been together
odd.
for 2 years.
Well, in 2 years, that's, a lot of people move in sooner than that even.
Yeah,
I feel like Steven moved in with you 2 days into your knowing him.
basically. So this is, and then for him to say, creepy, I don't like this guy, dump him.
Speed therapy. Go, 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 go.
I lead a very healthy lifestyle. I mean, this sounds kind of dumb, but my friends actually call me the kale queen. So I've been seeing this guy for like 8 months, and I like him. I mean, he makes me happy. He makes me laugh. We like going out together, and I don't mind that he has a little bit of a belly, but I just feel like our lifestyles don't match up long term, because I'm always eating, vegetables. I do green smoothies every morning. I order salads when I go out. I actually care about organic foods and everything. And he's always eating takeout, a greasy burger. He gets a pizza on every Friday. I just feel like we're never going to be able to prepare the same meal together or enjoy going to the same restaurants. And I don't know. I feel like if neither of us is ever going to change, can it work out? I mean, if one person wants to be healthy and fit, and the other person just does whatever they want, and he doesn't really have any concerns of his diet or honestly his fitness either. Just that's what he does. That's his habit.
I don't know. I'm split on this one because at first I thought she was making it seem like each can compromise and she's going to get what she wants. How she said, I order salads. So if you are going to restaurants, you each should be able to find something you want. And if you're cooking, it seems like this guy literally has no plans and he's just picking up fast food sometimes because he doesn't want to cook or doesn't know what to cook. Couldn't he just eat whatever you're eating?
You'd think so. To some extent, I think if you guys don't match up with like at least close to what you're comfortable eating, that also is going to be a recipe for your relationship not working long term. But yeah, I mean, if he's just eating out of convenience because he's never known any differently, I'm not entirely sure you guys couldn't find a sweet spot in the middle, or he could be a little bit more like you. And would he just eat what's around?
Well, that's what I was wondering. At first, I thought it would work. He's just going to eat whatever you're eating. And it's not like in the morning he has to have the green smoothies. Like you're doing that on your own. You're going to work out. I don't think he has to work out. But if you're looking down on him for not working out, then yeah, your lifestyles don't match up and that's not going to work.
Now, I do think that if you're somebody that has inherited, was it Kale Queen?
Kale Queen.
If you've gotten a nickname like that, obviously you're on the like very serious end of the scale. You need to be understanding that if you've started seeing somebody that like you probably knew pretty quick, he wasn't like as into it. Like you got to give him a little bit of grace because he's not going to be the Kale King. If you're looking for a Kale King, I think you're dating the wrong guy.
Yeah, you better go look somewhere else.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a Kale King to me.
I think, yeah, compromise. If you're enjoying the guy, I think continue with this. But if you're wanting him to live the way you're living, one, good luck trying to control someone like that. Two, you better go like hang out at a gym and try to find someone who's also interested in working out.
It strikes me as you knew the second you met the guy that he wasn't a Kale King.
Yes.
You got something too for speed therapy. Go, 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 go.
So my husband and I are expecting our first baby.
Woohoo!
We both want to be stay-at-home parents. And I really, my husband, I really, really wasn't expecting this at all. And he's really serious about it. The other day he handed me a spreadsheet of all the finances that it would be for the house on my income alone, and like he is jacked on this idea, which is great. But I kind of always thought I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't.
So you're like fighting over it. You both want to be the stay-at-home parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can't both be. Here's a happy compromise for you. One of you should get a remote position, and the other one should have be the stay-at-home parent. That's the easiest compromise.
I mean, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
Because at least you're around more.
You're still at home. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is something Stephen and I both wish we could be stay-at-home parents, but we got to make money.
Yeah.
I think it's every
think
human.
Most parent would rather not have a job and spend the day with their kids. Yeah.
But financially, what makes more sense? It sounds like your husband is really figuring this out. He has a spreadsheet and he's like, off your income, this is how we could live. Why don't you flip it and say, could you also make the spreadsheet with your job just so we can compare the two and see which one does make sense? Daycare is expensive. And if you guys can swing it on one income, look into it.
Not to sound like a dork, I'm a huge fan of the old pros cons list. I say you sit down and you each got a notebook paper, or one of you is the person writing it out, whatever. Maybe get a nice whiteboard and you make your pro con list, and you each just throwing stuff out and you talk about it and just have a healthy pro con list. I think most things can be solved that way.
I think he would listen because he's making the spreadsheet. He's doing
like the guy.
he's into it. So have him do one now for his job and see which one makes more financial sense.
And then, like, I think maybe if you each come up with a list, like, what is your top reasons that you're personally excited about this notion? And then I think it'd be interesting to see, do both of you rattle off things that are entirely about being with a child all day?
For sure.
Or is there things that sneak in there about just how much you hate work? Because that's the wrong motivation then. You just hate
Agreed.
your job. You don't want to be with a kid all day. It's two different things.
And I think that's what you need to look at too, because I think being a stay-at-home parent, it's not just like this walk in the park. Oh, we're gonna have this wonder. I think it is a lot of stress. It's
No harder
hard.
job.
Yeah,
It's the
so
worst paying one, too.
really think about that. There are days where I'm like, I'm so lucky I get to go to
Yeah,
work
it's
and have a
Steve, yeah.
break from Brooks.
Speed therapy, you're up.
Okay, well, I've been seeing this guy for about 4 years.
Okay.
And he's great, and my friends like him, my family likes him, but it's at the point where we need to be moving forward, you know? I mean, I turned 30 last year, so I'm kind of thinking about the future, obviously, and I want to know that we're making that long-term commitment to each other. And we've had those talks, you know, those couple-hour talks, and we come back to it, and he doesn't want children. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, there's times when he says that he's on the fence, but I definitely do. I mean, I don't know how that would feel to never be a mom, you know? So I guess I just feel like I've put a lot of time and effort into this relationship, but he doesn't want kids and I do, and I don't want to waste what we already put into it. I just don't know what to do, and I'm afraid to talk to too much of my family because I don't want them to be upset with him. And do I give him the ultimatum? What do I do?
Well, I wouldn't talk to your family about it. It doesn't have anything to do with them. It has to do with you wanting a kid, him not. So he's the person I would talk to and say, listen, we need to really have a heart-to-heart and figure out what we're going to do, because I really want to be a mom. I want to have children. Are you still on the fence? Do you want them? Do you not want them? And then we need to decide what's going to happen to this relationship. Because if he doesn't, you need to get out of this relationship. Yes, did you waste some time? But now you know what you really want.
Yeah, there's a difference, and I think sometimes people get kind of confused with this. There's a difference between an ultimatum and just being upfront with what it is you want and need in life. And that's not an ultimatum. That's just honesty. Like, hey, if this is something you don't want, we're wasting our time because I do want that.
And he would say, and this is where I see my life going. I want to be a mother. And if you don't want to be a father, this relationship isn't going to work. I think you have to have that honest conversation, and it's probably going to be really hard.
Yeah, well, I also think you probably already know where that's headed. So that's the unfortunate thing.
But
Those
she said
conversations
he's
suck.
on the fence.
I guess so. Good luck with the whole thing.
Yeah, good luck.
Hopefully it turns out okay. However it's supposed to turn out, it'll turn out, man. And your last up today, speed therapy.
My husband is so pissed at me.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, so we both work and we have retirement accounts. But, you know, I'm kind of getting up in years, and lately I've been feeling like maybe my looks haven't been the greatest that they, you know, like they used to be, and I thought maybe I should do something about it. So anyway, I cashed in my 401k, and I know I took a huge hit in my taxes for it, but that's okay. You know, I need the money now, and it gives me more than enough money to get my boobs done. And I'm going to get a little tuck in the tummy, you know, the mommy list thing that's going around right now. So I thought he would be happy because, I mean, I even bumped up my cup size. So, you know, there's more for him. And besides, he has enough in his 401k to take care of the both of us. And I'll start saving again because, I mean, I'm going to be working for like another 20 plus years. But I felt it was important now to address my looks, because if you wait 20 years to do it, I need to be where I was, you know, like 10 years ago. And the other thing that, you know, is kind of important to have confidence, and looks are a part of it. And what I've been reading is that, you know, attractive people make more money and succeed more. So I'm kind of investing, like going back to school.
Wait, can I also add another crazy study I just saw the other day? It says attractive people live longer.
There you go. There you go.
I don't remember everything in the study, but if you perceive yourself as attractive, the study showed you live longer. But
I'm going to cash out my 401k and get some Spanx.
I'm not
That's about
saying
what I
anything
can
about
afford.
that. But what I'm saying is, I think why he's probably mad is you did this without saying anything. Yes, this is money you've made. And yes, you figured out and said, I can still save more. And the retirement plan you have, I think if you would have brought him all that info, well, I've thought about how much you already have saved, and then if I continue to save more, but this is what I want to do, maybe you should have laid that out on the line before just taking the money.
Yeah, it's out now. So it's out now. I do think that if you're going to make a decision like that, you probably could have had a little bit more conversation and just kind of explain. Like, obviously this is something that means a lot to you for X, Y, Z, and you got to have maybe more of a conversation about it. And maybe had you actually bothered to talk to him, maybe he'd have had some alternate funding ideas. Maybe he'd have been like, well, what if instead of that we do it this way, or what if we got a loan, or I got this credit card, and imagine the miles if we pay for your boob job. I feel like there's other things you could have talked about it.
Agree. I think you should have had the conversation. Yes, this is your retirement money, but you guys are married, and I think it's something you don't need his permission on if you're going to get this work done, but at least having a conversation about it.
Pretty sure you really do get hosed too with penalties. So I doubt it was the smart. Like, it's done now, but
You should have
probably sit
mentioned
down.
it.
Sorry, we didn't talk about it. Here's why it's important to me. This is why I want to do this, just so you understand where I'm coming from. And just maybe kind of have the conversation now that you should have already had.
For sure. I think now you have to, I'm sorry I didn't bring this up before, and explain it how you explained it to us, that why you want it done, that you want your confidence back, and then that you do have a plan moving forward that you're still going to save, and with what he has.
And there's a little treat in here for you too, remember?
Honk, honk.
Exactly.